architects, and welcome back to another RPG Architect tutorial. My name is Bert, and today is the day. We are jumping into it finally. We are going to start building out our very own battle system. Admittedly, I've been dragging my feet on this one, guys, and I apologize for that. There's just a lot of moving pieces, and I've just been trying to wrap my brain around it. Eventually we will have templates built into Architect to kind of alleviate this process for new people coming in. But that being said, this is going to be a multi-part series. I'm not going to be able to touch on everything in one video, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best to get as much info out to you guys as quickly as possible. And to keep things simple, I think I'm going to start off building something kind of like a Dragon Quest style battle system where you just have the enemies displayed. You don't have your heroes displayed yet, but we will get into the side view stuff at some point. So anyway, I have rambled enough. Let's just get right into it. We got a lot to cover. So as usual, we're going to go to our database, tools database, or F8. I'm going to maximize this for editor Bert. We're going to come down here to our battle section. Let's go to configuration. And here we have a lot of different options to look at. I'm not going to cover all of these in one video because this itself, just talking over all this stuff, that would probably take a good 30 to 45 minutes, especially with me explaining it. It'd be a good hour. But we will look at up here first. We have system. This is a good starting point. So we have is counter based and we have is turn based. You can select one or the other. Counter based is okay. It's not like counter attack. Don't think of it as that kind of counter. It's wrong kind of counter. It's more of like a time counter. Like as time time passes, as a counter goes up, and it reaches a certain number, then an action can be performed. Is turn-based is essentially like that. It's whether your battle system is turn-based. I don't know how else to say it. Something more akin to the classic Final Fantasies. I guess that's a good way. The old school Final Fantasies where you put in all your actions, and same for like Breath of Fire did that too, where you put in all the characters' actions first and then the turns play out, whereas is counter-based is closer to like a ATB system. So select one or the other. I guess since we're doing Dragon Quest style, I should do is turn-based. Then we have these three options: occurs on current map, occurs on external map, and occurs on user interface. Occurs on current map is battles will occur exactly where they are initiated. So think of stuff like Chrono Trigger, and Sea of Stars is the new one that did it, and others. I guess you could say Breath of Fire 3 did that, although there is a battle transition, but they still kind of happen on the current map. Anyway, you get it. That's what that one is. Occurs on an external map. This is something more like your PlayStation 1 RPGs, where you're running around on your map, battle transition happens, you're transported to a 3D arena. It's an external 3D map. So if you want to do something PS1 style, you would probably go with occurs on an external map. We will go into more depth with that later. Today we are going to be doing occurs on user interface. This is what you would use for most 2D battle systems. Your Final Fantasies 1 through 6, your Dragon Quest 1 through 6. I don't know. I didn't play Dragon Quest, I'm sorry. And here I am making a battle system about it. So that's what those three options are about. Retarget action. This is where, when you're playing, especially, this especially happened in old RPGs, where you set all your players to attack, all your characters to attack. Goblin 1 dies in 2 hits, and then player 3 and 4, their attack just fails or misses because they were targeting Goblin 1, or whatever I just said. Retarget takes care of that. So it's like if your character's target is no longer available, they disappear, they die, they go into hiding, whatever, then your character will retarget an enemy. And this also goes, this also plays into stuff like healing. So if you're going to heal a character and they get knocked out or ejected from battle, your healer will retarget. Okay, that's all that stuff covered. Bam, one section down. Action result, this is how things will display. So your font size, if it has a drop shadow, what color it is, drop shadow offset, so just how your numbers will display when things happen. There is an effects you can edit. You can add more pizzazz to it. I'm not going to do that today. I'm not going into that just yet. We will touch on that later. We'll do it live. We'll touch it later. I will turn this car around. I'm sorry. I got really heated there. Appearance, this is, I'll just mention briefly, this is where you choose the action sequences that pertain to each of these. So an enemy action sequence, removal action sequence, hero action sequence, things like when they attack, when they get KO'd, the targeting animation, the victory fanfare action sequence. That's where you define all this stuff, okay? And I'm not setting up action sequences today. You're gonna hear me say that a lot in this video. I'm not doing this today. Great tutorial, right? Now, just stick with me. It's gonna take a few videos, but we'll cover all this stuff. Audio, favorite section ever. This is where you determine your battle music, your defeat music, the encounter sound. You can set it to return to the prior music. So if you were, you have your custom battle song and you want it to return to the music of the dungeon you were in, you leave that checked, and then you can set how long it takes for that to fade in, and your victory music, of course. I can set all this up right now, because let's see, battle formulas, conditions. I don't think I want to cover any of this stuff just yet. We're going to talk about all this stuff at some point here, but not today. So I'm going to start real easy. Start with, what's my battle music? That's right, we're starting off with what the music is going to be. Funny. I got my tracks imported in here. There's actually, I've got a few extra ones imported that need to be added to the RTP. Maybe by the time this comes out, they'll be in there as well, but we're going to go with Battle with Beasts, okay. We're gonna go defeat music, battle, it's suffer loss, to suffer loss, game over, that one, encounter sound effects. I'm just doing this as a quick win, y'all. Combat, encounter, I like encounter 2, I think. Yeah, encounter 2. And victory music, 16-bit battle, victory music. I think I like Beast Defeated to go with Battle with Beasts. Okay. All right. We're like 80% of the way there with our battle system. We set up the music. We're like 85% done, right? Totally kidding. All right. So with that being said, we're gonna go into this stuff at a later point. Let's start popping some things in there. Let's go to backgrounds. We are going to resize the backgrounds. Let's throw 6 in there, sure. Okay, we're going to go, let's just name these. Do I need to do funny names again, guys? I've done it a lot. I feel like I need to retire that bit. BG2, BG3, I don't need this many. BG4, 4. That's fine. We're gonna go with BG1. So we can set up our backgrounds here. You can click on background or foreground layer. So that way that's like a cool little effect you can have if you want, like, say, like black or like silhouettes of shrubbery like in the foreground or whatever. Something like what was it? Paper Mario, how they have the audience up front. That could be a cool way to use the foreground. But anyway, we're gonna click background layers. Gonna click the plus button down here. Gonna select this one, this thing we just added. Come over here to images. I'll just call it BG1, whatever. you've seen me do this so many times before. We just come in here and we select the asset we want. Now, ahead of time, I made a new folder in my content folder, called it backgrounds, and I'm using the backgrounds that Noobk created for the 2D sample project. So we're gonna go with this forest village one. Okay, you click that and you click OK, and you might be saying, well, wait, where is it? It's not there. Well, we have to resize here. And look at that. I did 1,000. I meant to do 100. You can resize the background however you want. You can go a little bigger, a little thinner, whatever. But yeah, you set the relative width and height for your background, and it pops up here. Okay. Now you create the backgrounds here, and then you're gonna define them on the map. This is grayed out right now, but you'll define them in other areas of the engine. But for right now, we're just gonna create a couple backgrounds. Just keep it real simple, y'all. We're gonna do we'll do this spaceship one. That one's pretty nice. We'll do that here. So let me just resize again. Bam. Okay, or apply. We'll do BG3. I don't really need to do all these, but you guys get it. We'll do Night City, and then we'll call it on this. Okay. Bam. So we have 3 different backgrounds created. Very cool. Very easy. Oh, right. And so we scroll down here. We have enemy position. I can talk today, guys. We have enemy positions and we have hero positions. So we're gonna select enemy positions. My goodness, Bert. We're gonna just add a couple, and it's a little tiny here, but you can see there's enemies popping up. You select, here's enemy 1, 2, 3, however many you add. There's 5. Let's do a formation of 5. So enemy 1, I want to be dead center. I want 2 to be to the left, 3 over here to the right, and then 4 kind of up here, and 5 over here, right? Kind of like a little M shape. It's the golden arches. So let's go to the second one, enemy 2. We're going to set its X coordinate to like 450. That's probably a bit too much. Let's do 350. Oops, I did double negative. That makes it a positive. There we go. 350, that looks good. All right, so let's go to enemy 3, set its X position to 350. I need about 350. So it's set up there. We're gonna go enemy 4. We'll do 175, or negative 175 is what I need. Negative 175, and we want it to be up a little bit. So let's do negative 75, yeah. And then enemy 5, 175, and what did I do? Negative 75. There you go. Bam. So now, whenever we run into an enemy formation of 1, there will be just in the center. If we were into enemy formation of 3, it'll be bing, bing, bing. If it's 2, it'll be bing, bing. If it's you get it. If it's 4, that one will come into play, and if it's 5, it's this one. And you know, if you want variations of this, say like you want an encounter in the same area where there's an enemy here and here, you just create, just duplicate it and just set your 2 enemies, and then when you need to call that battle, you will call the appropriate background. Makes sense? Perfect sense. Same thing with hero position. I'm not going to do it right now, or I don't need to do it because we're doing the Dragon Quest style, so the heroes will not be displayed. But if I had the, say I was doing side view, and I had the enemies on the left side and I had the heroes on the right side, I would just have set up my enemies over here. I would do the same thing with the heroes. I would set them up here. Boom, boom, boom. Easy, right? I'm gonna click apply. We are going to now, we have their position set up, but now we need enemies. So let's go over here to the left, select enemies. We're gonna resize. I'll just do 5 for now, but we're gonna do a callback, y'all. We're gonna create our first enemy is the one and only Gooble Gobble. I cannot type, I cannot talk. We don't need to set a portrait for him. We will set a battle sprite and a model. You can set a portrait if you want. It's your game. You do what you want, man. I ain't your boss. We're gonna go to Final Boss Blues. Time Fantasy Limited. Wherever you have your guys, your sprites set up. This is where I'm going. I need to get Monster Lich. There he is. That's the man. We're gonna set full. You got 4 directions. We got a 3 frame count. Boom. There he is. And also, okay, so I know this from testing. If I just set it as is here, he's gonna be a little tiny. So I'm gonna scale him up using our scale option so he appears nice and big for our battles. So we'll set all those to 5. Hit OK. You don't need a collider because we're doing a UI one. So we got that set up. We are going to give him level. We're going to give him T level. And I should probably just do experience. And we're going to give him 5 rank, whatever. You know, I probably should have mentioned this at the top of the tutorial. Maybe I'll edit it in. Maybe I'll do something. Make sure you've watched the statistics tutorial before these, because you will need to have a lot of this filled out before you can really dive into the battle system. So make sure you watch the statistics one. I swear I can speak English. I swear I can talk. I don't know what's wrong with me today. No excuse. Anyway, so we've got an enemy, Gooble Gobble, set up. He don't got much HP. He ain't got much MP. He ain't very strong. He ain't got much vitals. He's not super magical. He ain't got much spirit. And he's not super fast. But he is our first enemy. So, let's see. I am going to copy and paste him here. This is just an extra step. Gooble Gobble 2, I'll call him, and I will change his hue. Let's change him up to Google Gobble 2 is going to be greenish. I don't know if you can see, but he got that green going. Sure, slightly different color, right? Okay. All right, let's see. Now we got that done. Now we need to set up an enemy formation. So let's come over here to enemy formations. Let's resize. I'm just gonna throw in 6. Now, when you're in enemy formation, you see my background already popped up. My enemy formation's already popped up. You have sample background here. This is just for testing purposes. This is not going to be what is assigned to the formation. That's determined based on your map. I believe it should be... it's not there. Okay, doesn't matter. It's not there. It's somewhere else. I'll find it. I'll find it and I'll tell you. You'll be the first people I'll tell. You'll be the first person I tell when I figure out what I'm doing. Anyway, enemy formations. You got your sample background, BG1. We're gonna call this Gooble Gobble 1. I'm gonna do a second one. I'm gonna call this Gooble Gobble. I'll act like a real person. I'll do parentheses 3. I'll do parentheses 1 to indicate there's 1 here and there's gonna be 3 here, okay? So, Gooble Gobble 1, we got the name. You can set custom music if you want to be like a boss fight with custom music, whatever, you can do that. We got preview battle overlay, but we haven't built that yet, so we don't need that. You can set your escape chance. You can have it auto name based upon the enemies that you add here. But you click enemy members. We're going to select Gooble Gobble. We're going to hit plus. Bam, there he is. There is the man himself. And if I added, just to show you, if I added another one, 2, and then another one's gonna pop over here, 3, and then another one's gonna pop over here in 4, and another one's gonna pop over here in 5. Bam, easy. Let's get rid of these guys though. So we got Google Gobble 1, man. This is the this is our first battle. What it's gonna be. Okay, cool. And then I can just do the same thing here. We're gonna set Google Gobble 1. We're gonna use Google Gobble 2. Look, it's the green one. 2 of them. And then sure, that's fine. That's fine. You can get it. So we have Mr. Google Gobble Senior. We have Mr. Google Gobble Senior and his 2 juniors. Apply. Okay. I think this is a good start for now. Okay, I know that feels like we're just getting started, but there is so many moving bits. I don't want to overwhelm you guys, and I don't want to overwhelm me. I'm just straight up. I don't want to overwhelm me, because if I get overwhelmed, you guys get overwhelmed, and if you're overwhelmed, then that makes me work. Anyway, so, but before we go, we're gonna hit OK. We're gonna come out here onto our map. Let's do a couple things. First off, let's copy Mr. Google Gobble here. Let's paste him over here. All right, I'm gonna show you why. This one, I don't remember setting that, but we're gonna delete that. He still has the message of "is the eternal endless scream" from way back when we did our first UI tutorial, but we're gonna add in battle, start battle, value. See, we got our different battles set up. Here's all the blank ones that we didn't define or didn't set up. When we define them, that's what those would be. We're gonna go with the first one. Value. This is where we set up. Okay, it's which battle backdrop we're using. It's this one. That's what we're using. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna hit OK or apply. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna do the same thing. I am going to select battle, start battle. This one we're gonna select the 3-person. Okay. We're gonna apply. We're gonna test it. Let me drag this window over. Zoom in with post effects. Okay. And let's go over here and talk to this guy. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna crank up my sound so you can actually hear it. Hopefully. Actually, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. I really gotta remember to record my system audio when I do these things. Okay, well, I don't know if you can hear that because I'm not recording my system audio, but the battle started and immediately my victory music's triggered because he has 0 HP. So let me just come back in here. Let's do this for the old chap.
I don't think I want to cover any of this stuff just yet.
Alright, well that didn't work, but hey, it's okay. We got an enemy in there. I'll get it sorted out. I'll figure out what I'm doing eventually. We got a guy in there, and just to show you, since I went ahead and did it, we're going to come back over here. Let's check out the 3 formation. Is the eternal endless scream. And there we go. Look at him dance. Look at him go. Boom. Alright, this is just the start, y'all. This is just the beginning. We are going to cover how to build out a battle overlay in the next video. We're going to actually give the guys, the Google Gobble, some stats. We will set up how to do random encounters. After that, we're going to set up some skills. We'll set up how to actually attack, skills for the characters, for the enemy, battle command UIs. We'll set up the action sequence just to show some animation. A whole lot of stuff, guys. I got like 6 or 7 videos in mind, just focused on the battle system. And I want to knock these out quickly for you because I know some of you are anxious to get started with the battle system itself, and it's a big undertaking. It's a big task. But that's because there's so much customization to it. There's so much you can do. You can have whatever battle system you want. It's not just going to be some cookie cutter. Every battle looks the same. So, I mean, that comes, the trade-off with that is that it takes a little bit of setup to do. It takes a little bit of know-how. And so I want to try to, prepare you guys the best I can so that you have the tools you need to make your dream game. Anyway, that should do it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Do all the YouTube things. You know the drill. Like and subscribe. Join the Discord server if you haven't already. You can talk with me. You can talk with Locke. You can talk with the community members who have figured this stuff out long before I have. They are much better developers than I will ever be. And so be sure to join there. If you don't have a copy of RPG Architect already, be sure to grab it. You can see there's a lot to it. There's a lot of, it's a really powerful engine. It's not even out of early access yet, and it is super capable of doing exactly what you need. I love Architect. It's cool. I know, I'm biased, I know. But it's a great engine, and it's just getting better each and every day. If you've enjoyed my commentary, if you've enjoyed my failings, if you've enjoyed my bumbling, but more importantly, if you've enjoyed the music playing in this video, you can get access to that at my Patreon. That's patreon.com/bitbybitsound. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Thank you for all the support you've given us this past year. We're really looking to make 2024 even bigger and even better. All right? Y'all have been amazing. I have been Bert. And thank you again so much for watching. I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.